Hey folks, so I had earlier put out a video about the travel budget for an international trip where I had kind of calculated a figure about 1.5 lakhs for a month. So similarly, I wanted to do one for domestic traveling where I'm traveling within India itself. So that the costs vary a lot because there are it depends on certain choices. See, if I'm traveling short term, where I'm staying everywhere for short durations, then the cost is actually like 65 to 70,000, which is a lot, I know. But I will explain why that is. Uh, and then I will tell you a way of how I actually cut the costs to half and make it around 35,000 per month. I will tell you after that. So how do I arrive at the figure of 65 to 70,000 per month? See, in international traveling, if you look at the split, the accommodation cost that I kind of take is 1500 per day, that is international. Now what happens is that this cost remains pretty much the same for India also. The reason this happens is because of my expectations with regards what I want in the accommodation where I'm staying. One is because I'm a solo girl, so I have to look at a lot of safety aspects. The second is that I'm working as I'm traveling because I'm a digital nomad and I work remotely. And because of that, I want a place where I have a decent workspace. So at least for 2 3 hours, I can sit somewhere and work. Uh, so to find an accommodation like that, pretty much I'm looking at a service apartment kind of accommodation, which is costly in India. It has Wi-Fi, it has good toilets, good everything. Even the kitchen is somewhat usable. It doesn't have much, usually doesn't have much vessels, but it has a gas and a working gas and all that stuff, water connection, everything. So then if I carry some vessels, I actually do that. I carry vessels with me. So then I can stay in a service apartment and even use the kitchen for a bit. So the accommodation costs remains the same and it comes to like 50,000 per month if I am staying short term. Because in short term duration, most of these people don't give me any discount. So I have typically paying 1500, 1200, 1500. Sometimes the costs are higher and I actually realize I have no good options. I get cheaper accommodation in Europe compared to India because the cheaper accommodations which are available in India are not at the quality that I expect, while the cheaper accommodations available in Europe are at that quality. So it is a little bit weird thing. People keep saying India is cheap, but when you start looking for a certain level of quality, then I think a lot of us realize that India is actually not cheap because that level of quality we get at a much higher rung, and so we are paying a lot. So the accommodation costs for short-term traveling is 50,000. The food costs would ideally drop because compared to abroad where I don't get vegetarian food, so I have to cook, and which means I starve half the times. In India, I actually get options quite easily. So, and it's cheap, so I can maybe 500 bucks a day is enough. The problem with India obviously is that I cannot really rely on eating outside all the time because of the hygiene. And that is why I'm pretty much again cooking at home, and that is why I carry vessels. I actually carry my pressure cooker and I have a small bunch of vessels I carry in my suitcase because I have to cook. And even though I get veg food outside, it's just not of the hygienic condition that I expect, except in a few places, which again I will talk about in the latter part of this video. So again for the food, the costs actually drop, but it's we look at like 500. So I would say for food I would put it at some 15,000 per month. So that gives us 50 plus 15,000, which is 65,000. And then of course the transportation, which will be cheaper than abroad flights obviously, even if I take flights. So the transport will be about 5k to 10k max, I would think. So that comes up to around 75,000. So if you think about it, it's actually not that different from international trips. So if I'm doing short-term traveling, by short-term traveling, I'm saying that I stay in a one place for a few days, maybe 5 days, 7 days. I usually don't do 2 3 days, but 5 days, 7 days, and then kind of move off. So that will cost me to 65, 70,000, and the abroad trip cost me 1.5. So it's actually pretty close. The way to reduce my costs, now this is the key part in India, which I have figured out, is that the best way for me in my situation to reduce my costs is to one, take an apartment for long term. which is at least a month. So if I take a service apartment for a month, they are willing to give me a much more discount. So from the cost of 50,000, it can go as low as 25,000. Um, so it's not like they give me a 50% off, but something, and we can just get a much better deal. So then the accommodation comes to 25,000. The other thing that what also happens with me is that because of the food requirement and all of that, I actually end up preferring locations where there is a yoga culture, or it is a spiritual town or something. So a lot of foreign influx is there. Because the foreign influx is there, a lot of solo women culture is there. See, if I go to a very traditional Indian place, there are not that many solo women staying there, and so I face a lot of hardship because it's just because that culture is not there. You know, some people will be hesitant, like you're solo, all of that stuff. But in the places where there is a spiritual and yoga culture, already there's an influx of foreigners, because of which there's an influx of solo women. And so I find a stable place, nice, safe locations where other solo women have and are staying. And I get food because there's a yoga thing. There always is yoga ashrams or temples or something that are providing me the food I require, like no onion, garlic, vegetarian food. It is sattvic food which I can kind of eat on a daily basis. So at least one time meal comes from there, and so that relaxes my everything. And they give me a full meal, which means that full meal costs me some 4-5 thousand per month, and that sorts out my nutrition requirements also. The next meal I can manage something, I can even eat out half the times, that's fine. So that is what I have kind of boiled down to, that there are two options for me to keep this cheap and long term traveling within India, is to either look at spiritual locations like Tiruvannamalai where Ramana Ashramam is there, or some place like Varanasi maybe. I've stayed one time in the Himalayas. Himalayas also, they have these good options because the foreigners are going there, so there is again a culture. So, so yeah, the options are either to take a yoga kind or a spiritual kind of a town where I can stay for long term. You know, even a service apartment for a month comes out to be cheaper, and the food is being provided by a few ashrams or temples or whatever. So then I can cook and then outside food kind of makes a good balance. There is another option which is basically of renting a place for long term. Basically, it's just renting an apartment, and that has a lot of value. That also brings the cost down significantly. But of course, one has to figure out whether it makes sense, because this then means that you're traveling to one place for a fairly longer period of time. That has a lot of benefits. So I'll delve into this in another video because this is an interesting topic which I would like to talk about, because I've explored a few different options. Like when I was in Tiruvannamalai, I was exploring the option of just renting an apartment where I would use it as a 3-month base. Basically 3 months in a year I would go there, and even then it was coming out to be cost effective. Then of course what I finally opted for was a place in Coimbatore itself, and I actually shifted my entire base from Mumbai to Coimbatore. So now I stay in Coimbatore as that this is my proper house. I have shifted everything here. So that also then reduces the costs in its own way. So I can basically discuss this in a little bit detail in the next video. So yeah, that's about it for the domestic traveling budget. It comes out within India, it comes out to like 65-70 if I'm doing monthly, quick moving, like 5 days and 1 day, or if I'm doing long term stay in a single place, or at least 15-20 days in one place, then it comes down cheaper to like 30k or maybe 40k. Thanks.